Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Here we have a residential application. So I think this is a remodel of the outdoors here. And this is actually a two-story building, two-story structure. And I believe that there is this is a lakefront. So there's a lake here. And so there's going to be some cold air moving in. And also this structure here is down, there's a slope that goes down here. This is a walkway that goes down, and a pool, and then a decking that's brought down from the staircase here. So it's lower than the structure here, but I just have it like I have it right now. Just go ahead and look at the dimensions overall. And dimensions I have here. First of all, we'll look over here. We have 10 feet by 17.5 feet, and I believe this was somewhere in the nature of 5 feet. Let me pull that up here, and yeah, we got 7.5 feet depth there. You can see that this table is sort of halfway out of the structure. Let me just turn that floor plan back on for a second. And in the image that they had sent me of the property, the existing property, it shows staircase right here. So I think they're removing the staircase and they're going to put this step in right there at the doorway. These doors swing in. There are windows and such around this perimeter as well, so bear that in mind. Now this other structure here, this structure is 19 2 3/8 by 18 9 5/8. By the top of this edge here I have at 9 6. So you can see we have some seating arrangements here, and those seating arrangements, actually the chairs are held suspended, so there's some room underneath there. And the main thing that we want to think about is the suspension itself. I mean, the suspension has to be non-combustible, obviously, in order to place any equipment up here. The customer wanted, or they showed in their diagram, heaters such as this, in this fashion. These were slim lines, and I just want to kind of show what the slim line footprint would look like, and also how they might look in the patio. The slim lines can go up to a maximum of 4,000 watts, and because of that, the amount of heat that you can produce down here is limited. And with the fact that the lakefront is there, and that there is going to be some cold air moving across here, that is also a consideration, as well as the height. Going back to the height over there, 9'6". So let's go ahead and look at the array. Oh, and I must say that this is all non-combustible. I have this as aluminum powder coat finish, or aluminum with a painted finish, and so there's no issue with regards to combustibles on the structure itself. So this is how a 4,000 watt unit would look over here, and you can see that I actually have these pointed straight down. You could angle them slightly, but you can see that the ray doesn't travel all the way to the ground. So this is, although it's not a bad application for most environments, because of the fact that there is that lake, that might be an issue, and so I would rather put a warmer unit in there. And also, because of the fact that we're placing the heaters behind the seating area, even if we change the angle, that ray is going to travel this direction, and you know, I don't know that it's going to penetrate the human body seen in this chair as well as it would if we put it in a different spot. So that would be that. And let's go ahead and turn that off for a moment. And I'm going to put up an option with a 6,000 watt unit. 6,000 watt units are much hotter. You can see that our ray physically travels further, and you could place the heaters on this edge here, and so the ray is kind of coming in towards your body when you're sitting, as opposed to the other direction. And again, non-combustible, so I do physically have a clearance because the heater does heat up, and if this is aluminum, I don't want it to degrade in any way, so I want to keep at least a 6-inch clearance. Now, how this is mounted, that's going to be up to the contractor. You can get a longer bracket, change the angle, and I'll show you that here in a minute on the other part of the application. But yeah, there's the overall footprint, and you can see even with this position I have here, we're covering that area as well as your legs, and if you were to stand in this area, you would also feel that warmth. So now he didn't indicate any need for a heater over here, but you could put the same unit, you know, placed over here if you wanted to. So, and then also again with the hanging elements or the cabling here, whatever it's going to be, that's why I kind of like this application on this particular side better, because you're limited to these wires, and you really don't want to heat the wires up, I don't think, even if that's what they are. I'm assuming that's what they are, maybe a chain, but definitely non-combustible is necessary. All right, let's go over here to the other portion. And again, they indicated just heating up the covered section. So what I have here is another 6,000 watt unit, and you could flush mount that. You could flush mount that, but this is an existing application. I'm not sure which way the joists go up here, and so that might be an issue. So this is a surface mounted unit, and you can see here that we're getting pretty good coverage. Now I might have a larger table than what they intend to use, so the coverage might be adequate for their application. I have just centered this heater between the post, center of post, and then also centered it on this wall here down the middle, kind of lined up with the can lighting up here. And that's also another issue with placing a unit side, you know, this direction here. We could only place one in the middle, and so the so if I was running parallel with the 7'6", it wouldn't really heat up much of the table outside here and here. It would just be in the center. So now this is 2 units, and like I said over there on the other part of the application, a 6,000 watt unit, you know, if you were mounting it to a side support like this, you would need to get the extended bracket. I think the extended bracket that you can get is a 4-inch longer extended bracket. On this wood particularly, you need to have a clearance of 6 inches all around the heater from this side out and around, and then also there is a clearance below. That clearance below, that's why I have this at this almost the same elevation as I do the bottom edge of this beam here, because I want to make sure that we're meeting that clearance below the heater as well. You can see I have a couple of inches I can go up so that this bracket is mounted a little higher than, let's say, you know, right at the bottom edge. But oh, and also this is at a 15-degree tilt that I have. You might go 10 degrees to get more crossover rays in the center. Crossover rays always make you feel a bit warmer, especially if you're sitting on the outside edge of the distance. Now that would be true out here if you were having another heater, let's say from this direction, but this would be quite warm. And one last thing I should mention is that this definitely is an application where you'd use a control system. If you don't use a control system with the 6,000 watt unit, you're going to be too hot in certain applications, or certain times of the year rather, and that wouldn't be good. So you want to make sure you have a control system with either, you know, a zone here and a zone there, or maybe even, you know, independent on each one of these, and this one here as one zone. So All right, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, I'm Steve Walton from Tropic Heating. Just send your request to support@patioheat.com. If this information has helped you, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that, and it helps us to spread our information out there. So we appreciate that. Thank you and have a great day.